partners with us in this journey. It's so wonderful to get together, especially given these difficult times. I would like to acknowledge our friends and colleagues from UVU who are here and joining us today. Thank you for being here. This is our second annual symposium, and we're delighted to welcome you all to this event. Let me start off by introducing our provost, Dr. Mitzi Montoya, who is the Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. She is the reason why we have this initiative. She has been the biggest champion of all our activities over the past year and a half, almost 2 years, and I call on her to welcome you.
Thank you very much, Manish. It's absolutely an honor to be here. And more importantly, welcome to all of you who are not from the U, but for coming here today to join us and to talk about this exciting initiative that's been underway for a couple of years. When I first arrived, Manish and I started talking about this idea, and I took it to President Randall, and I had done all kinds of back of napkin and other complex calculations to say how much I thought we could invest to support this. And for anybody who knows President Randall, his response was, "We'll do double that." So that was great. So it was a great surprise to me when he announced it, because it was not the number I proposed. But I was very happy to say that we could work on investing in this effort and investing in this campus, in this state, and our faculty to advance this work. Since we started, we have since named Dr. Manish Parashar as our inaugural Chief AI Officer, which was, in fact, of course, incredibly helpful. And for those that don't know him, he is a visionary leader and has been the stalwart champion of this effort, leading us both locally at the state level and nationally. He is also the executive director of the Scientific Computing and Imaging Institute, under which this effort sits, and is really an incredible opportunity for us to continue and do the work that we need to do now to advance the U's AI strategy, as well as be a partner to the state and to our sister institutions in the state as we do this work and collaborate across many different sectors, most importantly, ensuring that we take an ethical and responsible path forward. I want to recognize all of the work of the leaders of SCI and RAI who have helped make this happen and bring this vision into reality as we work to take advantage of and to try to lead in what is a rapidly changing field. I also want to say thank you to all of our industry leaders and our researchers who do this work and make this happen. So thank you to the Executive Committee and the Faculty Engagement Committee. Would you please raise your hand so we can acknowledge you and thank you for your work? If you're a member of the Executive Committee and Faculty Engagement Committee, thank you. They're all hiding in the back. Thank you. This includes faculty that span the university from areas like geography, education, fine arts, computing, mental health, bioinformatics, and the Huntsman Cancer Institute. So thank you for your time and energy and your insights and wisdom to guide us forward. I also want to say thank you to our External Advisory Committee. If you're from our External Advisory Committee, could you please raise your hand so we can see you? I have a few here over here. Thank you for our leaders from around the country that include leaders from other universities, IBM, National Institutes of Health, Brookings Institution, and more. Really, your involvement in this project is essential to its success. I think, as many of you know, in my view, one of the strengths and the reason we are making good progress as we are is because we have chosen to focus. This is a very broad effort, but we are also trying to bring focus to the work. And we started with a focus in 3 thematic areas: the environment, healthcare and health science, as well as teaching and learning. I'm excited to see the possibilities of how AI can be harnessed to address everything from air quality to cancer treatment, and to help us learn how to continue to innovate our own teaching practices as we support our learners in this new environment. This initiative also, the RAI initiative, is also very focused on instilling guardrails to ensure that the advancement of this groundbreaking technology happens ethically and that we contribute to the development of those guardrails. And through this effort, we believe we can pioneer real-world solutions to the grand challenges that we face today. The Responsible AI Initiative has brought together many different experts, which I think is underneath it all fundamentally what the strength of this effort is. Over this last year, we were thrilled to welcome our first cohort of faculty fellows. If you're one of our faculty fellows in here, will you please stand so we can recognize you? Please stand if you're a faculty fellow. Oh, they're shy. We have one of them here. We have people online too. Thank you. Our faculty fellows are pursuing responsible AI research tied to one or more of the thematic areas. We also welcomed 5 postdoc fellows. If any of our postdoc fellows are here, would you please stand so we could recognize you? Thank you. There we are. Thank you. Thank you for your research and your new developments. And we also recognized 4 distinguished visitors who joined RAI this last year, prompting important discussions, have built valuable collaborations with their organizations and advanced research. If you're one of our distinguished visitors and you are here, please stand so we can recognize you. Over here, there we go. Thank you. RAI is important to the U because it was born out of the idea that we can build on the U's strengths to advance AI applications to achieve societal good. Of course, we have foundational AI research underway as well, and we aim to do this work while keeping at the forefront our desire to protect civil rights, privacy, and liberties, but also promote principles of accountability, transparency, and equity. We're bringing together use-inspired and applied AI in an effort to really work toward addressing regionally important issues and applications while also working on national problems together. You all are the frontier of this work in this state and at this great university. I believe we're poised to lead the way thanks to your expertise and your willingness to come together and work across boundaries, which is a strength and a hallmark both of this state and certainly of the University of Utah. One might say that you all are the new 4th node. I'm very excited to see what comes out of this as we continue forward in this effort and to see what pioneering things this state can do together across our many institutions and with the state as a partner in creating policy innovations that allow us to do good work that is responsible and pioneering at the same time. I believe this is just the beginning, and I know that from this starting point, the U and you all in partnership with us are going to make change and make important contributions that we need at this moment in time. Thank you for being here, and with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Manish.
Thank you, Mitzi. Thank you for your support for this activity and for your guidance as we have moved this forward. Let's see. So this feels a little bit like a reunion, right? We started this journey together, and one U, I look at it as one Utah, right? Because this group has been with us through the beginning. And as we defined this initiative and moved it forward, the idea was to, I can move this forward, sorry. Right. So just to remind you, right, what we were trying to do here is to see how we can leverage AI, this transformative, this disruptive technology, to really address some of the most important challenges that face our region. As Mitzi mentioned, the environment, healthcare, learning and workforce development. How do we work together? How do we come together to advance this and leverage AI to have the positive impact and do this in a responsible way while taking into consideration aspects of civil rights, civil liberties, privacy, trustworthiness, and so on, right? And so this initiative, although it started the U, right, we from day one said we have to move far here, and to do that, we have to do it together. And so thank you for giving so generously of your time and being engaged in this process right from day one. We really appreciate it. Just to remind you, when we conceptualized this, we really built it around 4 pillars. The first one was, right, to bring in research expertise so that we can be thinking about not only the new ideas around AI, but how do we use it? How do we develop it? How do we educate people on it, right? So how do we think and innovate around AI? And how do we build the right teams from across the state and outside, bring them here to start moving that forward? The second one was to build an infrastructure that can support that innovation. The computing, the data, the expertise, the software. How do we assemble it so that everybody can access AI and also innovate in AI? You can teach AI, right? So we need the infrastructure to support that. And how do we build that for the state? And we made tremendous progress there. I think this is probably the most important, right? How do we build the community? AI is impacting everybody. And so as we move it forward, it has to be done collectively as a group, as a community, right? So how do we engage the community and bring them and as part of the conversation in AI, right? It's not just the technologists, not the engineers, it's everybody coming together. And that's so important. And finally, we need the structures to support this, to sustain this effort moving forward, right? So that we can achieve the goals that we want to do. And again, let me thank everybody who's been involved to get us to this point, right? We've been part of a tremendous journey, and we are looking forward today to tell you about what we have done, but also to tell you about and have a conversation about where we are going to go, right? What's the next step out here? With that, let me quickly thank our sponsors. Thank you very much for making this event happen. We really appreciate your support and your engagement, not just in sponsoring this event, but the conversations we have had around AI and advancing AI across the state. Thank you. This is a quick snapshot of the program. We're going to have a talk to kick off the day, and then we have a set of panels and discussions throughout the day covering many of the dimensions of AI. And this is really bringing in the people from the community who have been working on these things over the past year and a half or 2 years, right? And we have a networking lunch where you get a chance to really look around and talk to your colleagues here, look at the posters, and then we have one at the end of the day as well. So we're trying to make this a event that's informative, but also give you a chance to engage with each other and have the conversations which will move us forward in this initiative.